Okay guys, welcome to Blind Man Walking, where we like to get baked. Where we like to bake. Sorry, got my ideas crossed. Today I'm gonna show you guys how I bake totally blind, and I'm gonna show you guys a pretty simple recipe that anybody who's blind and competent in their kitchen can work with. We're gonna make banana bread today. I've got my ingredients already out, most of them anyway. I'm just gonna run through them for the sake of people who can't see. So, mixing bowl, we have 4 bananas that are peeled just in the bowl. And for ingredients over here, we have sugar, eggs, chocolate chips, vanilla extract, baking powder, and I have butter in the fridge. So first thing we're gonna do is we need to mush up these bananas. We can't leave them whole. We need to mush them up. So when the batter, the rest of the ingredients form the batter, the banana pieces are spread evenly throughout. So I'm literally gonna just take my hand and smush these up. It's pretty gross. So blind people use their hands for everything. Obviously we can't see, and this sounds pretty gross, but so you want to just take your palm and just squash them, squeeze them between your fingers, just get them all nice and gooey and gross. Older bananas that have gone ripe are really good for this, because eating them raw, they don't taste very good, but in banana bread they taste great. So often I'll freeze bananas when they're overripe and just use them for banana bread. So for those of you who can see, these bananas are pretty much mush at this point. I'm just gonna rinse my hand off. Like so. So we're gonna start adding ingredients. We'll start with, I've already pre-measured this, 1/3 of a cup of butter. So I don't really have 1/3 of a cup. I'm a little short of butter. We'll just make up for that in chocolate chips. So again, I'm just using my hand, my finger to make sure as much of the butter goes into the bowl as possible. Like so. Now some people will mix as they go. I choose not to do that. I choose to just add all the ingredients and then mix, so my hands only get messy once or twice instead of 5 or 6 times. So I'm just gonna rinse off this cup because I need to use it again. I need to use this a few times actually. So banana bread, yeah, it's very simple to make. There's only like 5 or 6 ingredients. And as long as you cook it, even if you undercook it a little bit, it still tastes great. Even if you overcook it a little bit, it still tastes great, and it makes your house smell phenomenal. Okay, so I'm gonna add a cup of sugar. Sugar's over here. So I'm just using white sugar. You can use whatever type of sugar you want. So this is not a very healthy recipe for anyone who's health conscious. So, this is 1/3 of a cup. 1. 2. Oh, the sugar. Oh, yeah. 3. Rinse my hand again. So we can put this away. So I like to put things away when I'm done with them. It just means less cleanup for me after. Okay, so we have our sugar. Let's add an egg. Got an egg in there. I'm bad for this. I'll just put the empty eggshell back into the, the carton. It's okay. Okay, so we have bananas, sugar, egg. Gonna put in a little, so it calls for 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I don't use a teaspoon for this because it's liquid, so I just give it a quick. Actually, this is almost all gone, so I'm just gonna tip it all in. Goodbye, vanilla extract. Some of that. Now with the baking powder, sorry, I do use a teaspoon because I don't want to put too much of this in. Go. Put this back over here. Now it calls for. Now I don't use a measuring cup for these chocolate chips because who wants to have less than? I don't care if I have more than I'm supposed to. And we have way more than I even wanted to put in, but that's okay because they're good. Yeah, very good. I could eat chocolate chips all freaking day. Okay, so we have our sugar bananas, our baking powder, our vanilla extract, our egg. So the only thing left we need is flour. So the recipe that I'm using calls for 1 1/3 cup of flour. Now I'm just using all-purpose flour. I have a 10-kilo bag of flour because I use flour for bread as well, just regular bread. So for those of you who can't see, I'm basically balancing the bag of flour on my leg. It's up against the counter, and I've just got the bowl right next to the top of the bag, so I just scoop the measuring cup into the bowl, making sure to level it off so I don't put in too much flour. So this is very hands-on, very easy to do for people who can't see. And it's fun to experiment with different ingredients. Like sometimes I get pretty creative. Sometimes it works out great. Sometimes, let's just say I've wrecked a few baking dishes in my day. Here we go. I'll just put this cup in here. So we have all our ingredients in. Welcome to our storage closet, which is full of miscellaneous stuff. So now the messy part. Now you want to just mix everything up. Now the best way to do this, I'm going to take a fork initially. So you have a lot of flour in here, so you just want to give it a good... Some people use their hands for this part too. Sometimes I do, but I'm going to try to avoid that today. So you just want to make sure to stir around the outside of the bowl and on the inside. You just want to make sure that everything has a chance to mingle with everything else. And when you're done, you can tell you're done because it kind of forms a paste. So we have our bananas, our baking powder, our vanilla extract, our egg, our chocolate chips, and our flour. Best part about baking is licking the bowl when you're done. Who agrees with me about that? I'm just gonna touch it to see. Yeah. Okay, we're pretty good. There's chocolate chips all over this thing. They're like ants. Chocolate ants. Okay, so the next part can be a little daunting for people who can't see. So I'm gonna talk you through it. you're going to pour the bowl, the contents of the bowl into a baking dish. I use a bread pan. Let me lick the fork here. Oh my god. Oh yeah. So I have I don't know the measurements of this. I have here it is, baking dish, like a bread pan like this. It is already coated with margarine. Now before I do that, I'm going to turn my oven on. I'm going to set my oven. So this is just a regular oven, knobs, dials. I'm going to set my oven, I'm going to preheat it to about 355, 360, which is about maybe 6:30 on the dial of a clock. There. So now I'm going to, so I don't use a ladle for this, I just pour, and I use my left hand to guide as I'm doing this. Sometimes you need to give it a little shake to get it going. Come on, it's like lava. I'm gonna assume you guys cannot see this very well, but take it from me. So I just basically, sometimes I'll just grab the batter with my left hand and I kind of move it towards the edge of the bowl, and then gravity takes over and it'll just fall in to the pan. Oh yucky, it's messy, it's like liquid dog poop. I say that because we have 3 dogs, and yeah, sometimes they have upset tummies. But it tastes way better. Not that I know what liquid dog poop tastes like. I'm just gonna leave you guys with that thought. Okay, so yeah, just continuing to scoop the batter with my hand, scrape it from the bowl into the, oh, there's chocolate chip heaven here. Oh my gosh. So last time I made this, I undercooked it and it kind of fell apart. So you want to cook this at about 355 to 360 for 45 to 50 minutes. If you want the crust a little burny, you can cook it a little longer. Well, not necessarily burnt, but just harder. So as you might imagine, this can be pretty messy, especially if you miss the bread pan. So try not to do that. Okay, so here's what it looks like. I'm gonna take my palm of my right hand and just like flatten it out to make it even across the entire bread pan. Make sure that there's no crevices. Make sure that it's spread as evenly as possible. Perfect. I'm gonna wash my hands and then I'll show you guys who can see what it looks like before it goes in the oven. Nope. So it literally takes 10 minutes to put together. So this is what it looks like prior to going in the oven. I don't know what it looks like. I imagine it looks pretty gross, I guess. I'm not sure. But anyway, I will be back when this is done, after I'm done licking the bowl. I'll be back and I'll show you guys the finished product. Okay guys, I'm back. Finished product on a plate. This is what it looks like. For those of you who can see, for those of you who can't, it smells delicious. I'm gonna say right now, it looks delicious. This one actually came out very, very well. Probably one of the best ones I've made. House smells great. So I'll flip it over so you guys can see both sides, who can see. So the last one I made, I undercooked it and it kind of fell apart. This was just perfect. Perfect, 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 perfect. Nice and heavy and dense. And I'm gonna really enjoy eating this one. Hope you guys found this video entertaining, useful, educational, inspiring. Give it a try, see how it turns out. Questions, comments, leave them in the comment section below and I'll reply. Cheers.